Training, understanding the customer's usage history, part 7. This is performed in the billing platform, so we go to the billing platform, under features, inventory, type the customer's name in this case we're looking at Darren Verenderkamp. Now we just go straight to his usage map. On the top line here, he said usage details for 89103, so on and so on. That is the ICID number, which is the serial number for the SIM card. That is directly linked to the customer's name. That's discussed in previous training videos. We go to the top row, top toolbar, we see CDRs. That's the customer document records. Now, let's go back to February. We can see here what the date was of the 22nd of February, and the server time is in USA. We can see that the radial button here, radiation wireless button, indicates data. The duration is 100 kilobits. Please note that this, when it comes time to launch the Malaysian platform, this will be 50 kilobits. There's no number obviously, and the location, the customer was in the USA, and his cost was 5 cents. We charge, or Anaconda charge, 50 cents per megabyte. So this is 1/10 of a megabyte, which is 5 cents. Underneath the wireless icon, we see an SMS icon, and as you can see, it's an outbound text message. There's only 1 cent. And this is the number he sent it to, which I believe is a Thailand number. It says location is sent from the USA to Thailand, and that's what the cost was. Travel down here on the 28th of February. The customer made an outbound call. There was no answer. The same day he successfully made a call for 5 minutes and is charged $1.95. Moving to April. Customer makes a call, it's unconnected. The phone may have been off, and it hasn't, you see here, it hasn't cost him anything. Just click off this. Go back in usage map. The location history. The location history, it tells us at 6:10 p.m. on the 27th of the 4th, the customer has connected to the Real Future network. The prefix here, we don't necessarily need to worry about that. That has been allocated by Telna as the Real Future network number. And the connection is a callback. And the IMSI, the International Mobile Subscriber Identification, is on 2. You see here on the LU, if it's blank, he's on the 3G network. If not, he's on the 2G network, which is GPRS network, which is a slower network. Some countries have GPRS and 3G. Some countries just have GPRS or GSM. Countries such as Australia, UK only have 3G networks. We scroll down the page, you can see that 12:51 AM the customer has attempted to connect, or the phone has, his handset has connected or tried to connect to the Real Future network on IMSI-3. Now we only roam on IMSI-2, so it has, the card has barred that network, and it has then scrolled through, and 1 minute later he's been able to pick up the IMSI-2 on a callback. Click off this, we'll go to failed calls. You can see here on the date and time, the customer has attempted to call this number on a callback, and there's no rate. Okay. Same here, there's no rate down here, no rate found. Some customers will ring up and say they've been trying to call. However, you go into the history logs, you can see here they've made missed calls, okay, because they didn't have the prefix or the right number they've called. Go to the call triggers. Once again, we have the server time and the type of call, which is a USSD, which means callback. Now there's a direct dial such as United States, India, Canada, that would be called camel, and camel means direct dial. We can see here we have some prefixes, 102, that is allocated from Telner, tell you what the trigger was. Okay, we don't need to know too much about that. So the trigger was instigated where there's a USSD or an SMS, as we can see here. We'll scroll back up to the page. This is the phone number that was called, the +62811 number, the one highlighted, from the handset, the IMEI number from the handset. Okay, I'll show you that in a later training session, what that means, but that's actually the identification of the handset they've used. It's important. The customer says it's not ringing, you can find out what sort of phone the customer is using to diagnose what the problem could be. Now we go to the data usage. Click on data usage. We can see on the connection time and the server time this what time the data session started, and this is the end time the data session had completed. Here we can see it's a 10.20.0.10 is the IP address located by Telner, which will be random depending where the customer is. It's no consequence, doesn't mean anything. Here we can see that the session is 100 kilobits. So we can see the customer has only used, probably checked emails or a short visit to a web page. If it's over 50 kilobits, it'll go to the next 100, so therefore he's been billed 100 kilobits. Here he's opened up the page, he's had internet connection, but he hasn't had enough connection. Might have been a very, very small email or an app going to its server. It's been under 50 kilobits, so he hasn't been charged. As stated, time when Malaysia, Anaconda Mobile Malaysia starts, this will be 50 kilobits. So anything over 25 kilobits will build at 50 kilobits. Thank you, and look forward to doing more training.